Recorded. Good evening and welcome to tonight's webinar. Tonight we have Sandra giving us a presentation. So you're
recording this.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Getting recorded.
Cool. Well, hi guys. I've been doing a lot of work over the last few months and going on a lot of webinars with people like Derek Halpin and Ryan Dice. Now, you know, a lot of these webinars are not free. You generally have to pay anywhere in the range of $27 to $50 to attend them. And they're about your blog site, basically your website. Okay, and most of it has been about how to build a blog from scratch or your website from scratch. And there's a few basic principles that need to be followed that and we're not following them. Like, as rookies, we all make the same mistakes. But these are some of the suggestions from some of the big guys. They reckon the best way to build your site is to choose a simplistic theme. They suggest to choose a simplistic theme because speed for your website is very important for your ranking of your blog. So if your site is slow on any device, desktop, laptop or a mobile phone, it will actually hurt your rankings in any of the search engines, not just Google apparently, but in all the search engines like Bing and the other ones. So you need to choose a simplistic theme. You need one that'll grow with your message and stay congruent with whatever message you're trying to convey. So when you start a blog and you're starting off with a message, don't change it halfway through, because then you're sending mixed messages. Keep your headers small and clean and uncomplicated. The larger header images that are over busy, they slow your site down big time. And install good quality plugins that optimize your site's performance. I'll go over a couple of plugins that I've managed to find out about at the end of the presentation. I'll show you the ones I've got on my site. So really what we need to do if we're building a blog, and we need to be, you know, with our blog we want to build followers because we're all trying to promote the SFM. Well, I'm not, but you know, you guys are. And we're not promoting, you know, a loaf of bread and a carton of milk here. We're promoting a business system. You know, some of the courses some of the products in the SFM are quite expensive. So you have to look at it at a proper structured business. You know, this isn't child's play, this is a hobby. And anyone who joins and is just hobbying around with this, they really need to step back, take a breath and assess what they're doing because they're obviously not serious about doing their business. So, you know what your message is and stick to it. Build your blog audience before you try to sell to them. That's another important thing that both Ryan Dice, Derek Halpin and quite a lot of them say, and Vince Reed. They all say, build your blog audience before you try to sell to them because they reckon it's a lot easier to sell, you know, to 10,000 people versus 5 people, and you know, they've got a good point. So when you're starting out with your blogging, don't try and sell your SFM and your SFM products. You need to think about your market, who you want to join your team, who you'd like to work with, and then you start blogging to those people to encourage them to become readers of your blog. They all say that you don't need to blog any more than a maximum of 2 times a week. This goes back to the 80-20 rule. And they say to offer good quality, valuable content that helps people solve problems. They see us all making the same mistakes all the time. We get on there and we do a blog, we think it's offering value, but it's actually not offering any value because it's not solving anyone's problem. It's just us having a bit of a rant about a particular subject that we came across that we thought was trending for the week. So as they say, the big problem with blogging for business results today, and these are some stats that I got from these guys, you know, there's 44.5 million blog posts going up on the internet each week. You know, like back in 1991, there was only one website. But, you know, now there's over 700 million websites, and they reckon, you know, by June, that could be even more. And there's a look, there's a site you can go to, it's called Internet Live Stats, and it will actually show you how many blogs and websites are on the internet, how many are joining, how many blog posts are being published each second. It'll tell you all sorts of stats, even how many websites are being hacked for the day or by the minute, you know, how many mobile phones are being sold by the minute versus computers and tablets. It's quite a unique little site to go and visit. So it's called Internet Live Stats, and you'll really learn quite a lot from that. So, you know, because there's so many websites and blogs out there, you have to sort of think about it. You know, if they're thinking by the end of June we're going to have 1 billion websites as a milestone out there this year, what makes us think that just because we put up a blog and we, you know, for the next, you know, 90 days we sit there and put a blog up every day, what makes us think that we're going to be found or we're anything special with, you know, 1 billion websites out there? So we have to do it right. And most of the time what they teach us to do is spend 80% of our time blogging and putting content on our site and only 20% promoting. And they teach us to promote with Google, email a friend, Twitter, Facebook, and ask friends to, you know, comment on our blogs. And basically they all say the same thing. It's a huge waste of time. This is Derek Halpin's favourite saying. He reckons, you know, a blogger who's spending 80% of their time creating content, 20% of their time promoting it on Twitter, promoting it on Facebook, promoting it on Google, and asking friends and showing it to their friends all the time, they're just hoping that their blog will be found, and, you know, it doesn't work. This is the way they say we should do it. This is the proper 80-20 rule. We should be spending 80% of our time on how we promote our website, our blogs, and only 20% of the time on creation. So basically they want us to just create, then promote. This is what they do. They create a blog post, and then they spend the next 80% of their time promoting it. Now that may be through Google AdWords, it may be through some Twitter ads, it may be through some Pinterest ads, it may be through things like Stumbled Upon, but they promote their blog. But they promote their blog to a targeted audience. They use the TAP technique. They target, their content is appealing, they produce it, and they promote it. So think about what you're writing and who you're writing it for. Think target, not vague. So don't think I want to help struggling housewives, or I want to help businesses learn better finance. Apparently they're too vague. That's too vague a target. They want you to get insanely specific. And when you have a look at Ryan Dice and Derek Halpin, even when you look at Stuart Ross's blogs and Jay Kubicek's, when you actually read a blog post and you go through their blogs, they are very insanely specific about the target that they're blogging to. So yeah, it's time to stop getting vague and be more targeted, is what we do. So, you know, to start off your content, this is a bad way to start it off apparently. I realise most businesses know nothing about email marketing. This is a good way. This is how you target. So say you want to target business owners who own spas, for instance. The other day I walked into a spa and realised most businesses know nothing about email marketing. So that's what they call laser targeting. So if you are targeting, say, mums at home who are looking for, you know, to build a business online, you would zoom in and even laser down that particular market to, you know, maybe in between an age group, or maybe women who, you know, share recipes online. So you've got to laser it down and then create your content and aim at that content, that market, to get your content out there. They also suggest that we use short paragraphs. In the beginning of the articles, they say to try and be enticing, create curiosity to get people to read on, and give actionable advice. So basically ask your readers to do something, because apparently not enough of us ask them to do something. Now, whether that be, could you please leave me a comment and let me know what you think? Could you pass this article along to a friend that you feel it may help? I've shared how I overcome. Say you're sharing a blog, you're doing a laser-focused blog on a particular problem that you had, whether it be, scared of using autoresponders or something. Say you're scared of using autoresponders, you laser target it down to autoresponders, and then you decided to do a blog on how you overcame that fear of using an autoresponder for email marketing. You'd ask them to share that article with their friends and stuff that they feel that article would benefit. Pretty simple stuff, really. It makes a lot of sense. And yeah. This is something I did something similar to this when I first started blogging, but I haven't done it again since. But they reckon the best way to get readers, and they're not talking about your friends and your family, they're talking about strangers, people out there on the internet who are looking for your content. And they say find people who have readers and convince them to send you some. And this is one of the email swipes that Derek Halpin used, and he shared it with us, and he said we could share it with whomever. But he did an article, and he sent this email. He was building a new website as a case study for a course he was doing to show how you can build it from 0 subscribers to over 25,000 subscribers in 13 months. So he did an article about content and design and stuff, and this is the exact email that he sent. He said, I stumbled upon some academic research that proves design is king. It was conducted at a university in London. The researcher found that when people distrust websites, 94% of the time they cite design-related reasons. If you would like me to forward that research your way, let me know and I'll gladly send it over. So he sent this email to another website, another blog, that had a lot of followers that were particularly interested in blogs and and websites and content and design. So he sent that email, and then they contacted him back and asked him for the link. So he then sent them the link to his blog post. And then they then forwarded that link onto their subscribers, their followers that they knew would be interested in that particular article. And it's as simple as that. I did it when I was first starting out on sandralemming.info with the SSM back from the day of the old YMS sites, and we couldn't put plugins or anything in there. And I wrote an article, a couple of articles actually, around Greenpeace, but more specifically around the Rainbow Warrior when it came to Australia and sailed up the coast to try and protect the Great Barrier Reef from all the mining and the extra ports that were going to be put in for the mining ships that were going to carry the coal across the reef, and they were concerned that it was going to destroy the reef. So I did 2 articles about that, and I contacted Greenpeace when I did those 2 articles, and I published them, and they actually sent those links of my blogs out to their subscriber list. So basically all the people who had donated, who signed up to Greenpeace and were making regular donations, got a hold of those 2 articles and went and read my blog. And the response I got on my website was phenomenal. I was tracking on Google Analytics at the time, and my readership went up from like 3, which were just 3 of my friends who were reading my articles on my blog site, to over 1,000 a week for a good solid couple of weeks there. Which then pushed my ranking up in Google, and my website shot to #1, and I became an authority. And so it's as simple as that. There are other forms of promoting, of course. There are things like Twitter, which is cheap advertising, but do target marketing on there. there's Facebook. Instead of sharing your blog with just your friends and stuff, perhaps, you know, think about, you know, even if it's just a picture with the link to your blog, and then design an ad around that. Do like what they call a dark post on Facebook, where basically no one can see the post, but you can use it as an advertisement, and then laser target. Look at that article and think about the people that you could help. Who would be looking for information on that article? Find those people in your targeting audience that you're going to send your ad out to, and then send the ad out to those people. Because you know, from here on in, we need to start asking people to do something in our blogs. Put you know, put calls to action. Cut down. They say cut down on widgets. Don't have too full of widget bars. Too many advertising banners. That slows your websites down as well. So basically, design of your website, design issues with your website is the single biggest reason on all search engines as to why people distrust a website. So if people come across your website, if it has design issues, it will load slow. If it's loading slow, they will not trust your website, and they will probably not come back to your website. And if they give your website a rating somewhere, then it won't be a good one. Because apparently, according to the stats gathered by Google and Bing, people who are surfing the internet looking for information on blogs and articles expect your site to load in no more than 3 seconds. And there's a tool you can use with Google where you can run it on your site, and it will actually give you your website speed. And that your optimum website speed is 95 plus. They give you a score out of 100. And they're saying, you know, you're looking to try and get anywhere from 90 to 95 plus in your score for your website. If it's loading slower than that, it will suffer from inactive people going onto it, not reading it and complaining about it. It will suffer in the rankings. It will just suffer all around. Now, the plugins that you can use on your site, and I have them here. Can you see my website, Robbie?
Yep.
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 Okay. This is here in media. This is one plugin you want called Smush It. It's a WordPress plugin, and it's spelled SMUSH.IT. Smush It. What Smush It will do is when you run it on your site, it will go over all the images on your site, and it will actually smush them. It doesn't shrink them, but it smushes the file size of them and fixes up any link problems, and returns all the hosting of those images onto your website. Because what a lot of people do when they upload media onto their website, they just go and copy an image off Google and paste it, or they copy the URL and paste it in. Apparently that's not good for your website and can slow it down tenfold. Apparently you need to host your images on your own website, so you're better off to actually, if you're going to be doing that, you're better off actually loading the image down onto your computer and then going into Add New and clicking on Add New and uploading it straight into your media file on your WordPress site. But Smush It is one that they say that you should really get, which is really helpful. These are the other plugins. The other plugins that I've used, they're pretty standard. There's nothing flash about them. Some of them came standard with the site. I've got the Aweber web forms, the Facebook page feed widget that basically just you can link it to your Facebook page, whether you want to link it to your own personal profile or your Facebook fan page, and it'll show up as a small widget in your website. And it runs. I don't use Hello Dolly, so I haven't activated it. I use a responsive theme, so I run the responsive add-ons to keep my site working very well. You need a share plugin so people can share your stuff. Your WordPress importer comes with your site, and there's some shit. And this one here, this is a super fantastic tool. It is it's from Yoast, this SEO tool. And you can do more with it than just SEO for your site. So this is the plugin you need, Yoast WordPress SEO. It's a free plugin, it's from WordPress, and it does a lot more for your site than just SEO stuff. You've got tracking, you've got security. If you, it's got all your webmaster tools here. So instead of trying to figure out how to get into your editor and load up your code in there, and then when you renew your theme, you lose all of that anyway, so you've got to redo it. You can use the webmaster tools, and you can register your site with Alexa. You can register it with Bing. You can register it with Google Webmasters. I did mine before I came across this plugin. If you want to link it to your Pinterest, if you have a Pinterest page that's the same as your website, you can link it to that. And Yandex, you can link it to that as well. You can also, it also automatically creates a sitemap for your website, which is something that you need. You can set up your RSS feed through this, which is another thing that you need for Aweber if you want to do blog broadcasts, which is basically you can set up your Aweber account to do a blog broadcast. You can schedule it, and each time you write a new blog, or you write a couple of blogs, you can, it depends on how you set up the Aweber, but it will automatically send a newsletter out to your subscriber list, whichever list you picked, and it will send those blog posts out to your subscriber list. You've got decryption editors, you've got heaps of stuff in here, but the thing I love about this site, this tool, is another thing I did today was, because I have a Google Plus page that links to this one-stop, this is my one-stop Allo Shop site. I have a one-stop Allo Shop business Google Plus page, which is another thing that they suggest you should have. You should set up a business page on Google Plus that matches your website. Now, if we visit my site, I'll show you what this tool has done for me. Let it finish loading. Clear that off. It might not load, Robbie.
What's that? Your website?
Struggling with bandwidth. Yeah, I'm struggling with bandwidth tonight.
Your website's up here.
Okay, yeah, but it's not. Okay, all right. That's better. Wasn't loading on my end.
It was up here.
It's on your screen, is it?
Yep, one-stop Allo Shop.
Oh, cool, because I can't see it on my end. But anyway, this SEO tool, now it's not going to load again. Okay, all right. Can you see the SEO tool up there, Robbie?
Yep.
Up the top, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, there should be a drop-down. Okay, a drop-down menu will come open.
Yep.
Analyze this page. Okay, and you can see the second drop-down box.
Yep.
You can check your inlinks. You can check your keyword density. You can check your Google cache. You can check your headers. And you can check your rich snippets. This is great. This is really fantastic. This will really help you with your rankings. Rich snippets are this. If I click on this, hopefully it will load. There's a page called Google Structured Data. You can check it if you want, but there you go. This is what, if somebody come across that article, say they typed in a keyword and that article was on the Google, say on the page that they were on, they typed in the keyword that, you know, and my article was on that page, this is what they'd see. They'd actually see my article, and they'd see it was by me, and there would be an actual picture of me for that article. So you can basically come to Structured Data Testing Tool, and if you type your website into there and you click Preview, you probably won't see your own author's photo. So now, since I've installed this tool and I've followed these simple steps on this page here through the Help Center, now, because it's linked up to your Google Plus profile, so make sure you've got a good picture on your Google Plus profile. So now every time somebody comes across one of my articles, one of my blogs on my website, on the Google pages, this is how I will show up in the display on the pages, just like this. There'll be a picture there, there'll be a short description, you know, there'll be my name, and it's great. And you can do it with just about anything at all. So that's what this helps you do. This tool helps you do. It links it up with your Google business page. You don't have to link it with your Google business page. You can link it with your personal profile. I've just linked mine with my personal profile, as you can see there. And the steps are simple and easy to follow through. If you're struggling, like, just follow the steps on Google Structured Data on this site here that tells you how you can get authorship. Once you get authorship of your site, and it's connected with your Google Plus profile or your business page, well, then you're recognized by the search engines as owning your site. That gives your site more authority, so you will stay on page 1 of the search engines a lot longer than a lot of other sites, because you now have an authorized, recognized site in the search engine. So that's what this tool will help you do, and along with this site here, structured data testing tool, and then you just follow the instructions down below here, fill them out, and you know, it'll tell you how to go to Google Plus and what to do over there, and verify everything, and your site becomes verified. You then start to become a lot more powerful, and you will see that you will start to get more views on your website a lot more often than you did before. Also with your blog pages, they suggest that you reduce your blogs down to showing just one on the page, because we all like to put nice images in our blogs, and the images can be slow to load. No big headers. Keep it simplistic, but just keep the one blog on the page, have the archives there, one blog on the page, and put the rest down here, your categories and your recent posts down here, because under there, you know, when you click back, that'll go back to an older post. Now with your Aweber, if you link your Aweber to your blog site as well, people can also click here to sign up for your newsletter. So that'll basically take them to a sign-in form that's on your website. So if I just go back to my standard blog page, see, it'll hook up to your Aweber thing. So when they click down there, when they leave a comment and they go, I might subscribe to the newsletter, and it'll bring them up here. So that's a link within your site, and then they can enter their name and email address, and that actually goes into a list. Now I did all of this over the weekend, and what are we now? We're Thursday now. Just by doing this, adding this SEO tool, I have added an extra 33 people to my list for One Stop Allo Shop. So I've got an extra 33 people in less than a week in my list, which is really good, because Robbie has stated that, Stuart has stated that, you know, you're going for what, 10 a day or something, or 10 a week, isn't it, Robbie? Can you hear me, Robbie?
10 a day. I have muted myself.
10 a day. Yeah, 10 a day. Yeah. So, you know, and, you know, just in less than a week, and no advertising. I haven't done any advertising on my site yet. I haven't got even into promoting this yet. even without promoting, and just doing these few simple things, smushing it, putting the SEO tool on there by Yoast, installing the Aweber form, and there's the Facebook feed. I've increased, I've got an extra 30 people on my mailing list for One Stop Aloe Shop, which is really, really good. And I'm able to, I don't even have to go in and actually set up a broadcast for this blog. I've set up this, I chose, under broadcasts, I chose broadcast for blog broadcasts. I set up the scheduling tool, and now every time I have 2 new blogs on my website, it will send out the email to my subscribers on my list. It will just automatically send out the email to my subscribers on my list with my new blog content on there. I'm focusing more on blogs because it's a lot harder to just sell product to a list. You need to give them information and good content. So, but that's what the Facebook page feed looks like. People can like your page from here. It's a quick one. It doesn't affect the loading of your site. I have it to show just one post. And now I have gotten into posting on Facebook. I don't actually post on Facebook anymore. I do all my posting on Google Plus or Pinterest, and then what I do on Google Plus is I will take the URL in Google Plus. I'll just go to my personal profile and I'll show you how to do that. I post from Google Plus to Facebook. I don't even worry about structuring the post for Facebook anymore. I don't do any more advertising on Facebook. I do all my advertising on Twitter now, because the pricing is cheaper, the targeting is better, and the quality of leads are better. I got a new lead on my SFM bootcamp videos on the old ones, the old list. I got a new lead off of some advertising I was doing on Facebook 2 weeks ago, and the new lead came in yesterday to my list. So I'm getting more people sign up for the bootcamp off of advertising on Twitter, and I still haven't uploaded the new bootcamps yet, the new video series. I'm still using the old series, and yet I'm getting more people signing up for the SFM bootcamp series advertising through Twitter than what I was getting through Facebook, and I get a better price on Twitter than what I ever did on Facebook. So, but what I do now is when I put a post on Google Plus, like say I wanted to advertise this post on Facebook, I wouldn't even bother actually reconstructing that for Facebook. I would just come in here, I would click the down arrow, and I will go now to link post, and I will click on link post, and I will copy that link there, and I will post that link straight into a status update on Facebook, or I'll post it straight into Hootsuite, which will post to Facebook, either or. But I just copy and paste that link straight into Facebook, and then my post, like this here, will come up on my page in Facebook, and it will look just like a status update, except for when people click on it, it will bring them to my page here. So for One Stop Aloe Shop, my business page that I have here, that's what I do. I put all my aloe vera stuff on my One Stop Aloe Shop business page in Google Plus, and I just post it to my fan page, the Google Plus link. And that way, because I've only just started my business page for One Stop Aloe Shop just less than 24 hours ago, and I need subscribers for my Google Plus page, and because I get more subscribers across to my website, so I post my Google Plus link onto my Facebook fan page. They click on that, they come over to Google Plus, they can like it, they can share it, they can leave a comment, and I can then take that particular post and I can put it on my website. It's a lot easier to share. You can share your Google Plus posts on your website in a blog. It's a lot easier to share them in your blog by getting the embed code than what it is to do the Facebook one. Because these ones, you just click on the embed code, it brings up the embed code, you copy that, and you paste it in your HTML on your blog site, just like you would a video, and then that particular post will show up in your blog. So, you know, if you haven't got time to construct a blog one day, you could come into your Google Plus page, find the blog posts that are all similar and relevant to a particular topic, put a heading, copy the embed codes, paste them onto your blog site, click publish. You now have a blog. People will come to it. They will see your Google posts, and then right on your blog they can click like, which will bring them over to your page, so they can add you as a follower to their list. So you're building up your followers, your subscribers, and this all helps with your rankings as well. And that's about it from me. Is there any questions, Robbie?
None posted so far, but they may come. Does anyone have any questions?
Well, yeah, we might unmute them and hand them over and ask them and see if anyone has any questions. That way I can drink my cup of coffee.
I'm just going and unmuting them now. Yeah, we're all unmuted. Any questions?
There's Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Sandra. I like Derek Halpin. I bought his course. Haven't gone through it yet. I only gone through like the first few, one or two videos, and that's it. I've been putting it on the backside.
You should actually get into that course, because it will do phenomenal things for you, because he basically shows you how to build a website from nothing to 13, and you know, from having 0 followers and subscribers to having over 25,000 subscribers and followers.
Did you get the blog to convert?
Yeah, he does
Which
convert.
course did you get? Which course did you get?
I didn't go. I didn't go on the course. I actually paid. $37 per webinar for a group of 5 webinars that he did. So I paid $37 for each webinar, because sometimes he runs crash courses. And so I went on those 5 webinars and got the replays, because I paid the $37. And not often does Derek Halpin do replays. Very rarely does he do replays.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't do replays. But yeah, I've got his blog to convert course. It's I pay monthly for 12 months, so yeah, it's really good. It's got so much information in the course, so much. Well, each module's got about 4 or 5 videos, right? And each module has got worksheets. Like each video, like it's crazy. So much information he gives, so much value.
He does.
The plugins that I think I missed some of them. I wrote down some. Could you list the plugins in the SFM group, Sandra? Please.
Yep, I can list the plugins in the SFM group. I can do that. Yep.
Thanks.
She does
No
anyways. Well, I've noticed you post them in the past.
Yes, you got that one of them up today. That SEO one.
Yeah, I put the SEO one up today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Yoast, the SEO one from Yoast. I put that up today. And the reason why I did this one, you can, there is a paid version, there are a couple of paid versions of this one, but there is a free one that you can start off with. You can also make a small donation to the guys. It's a really good one. But yeah, like I said, it's for beginners. This one is really easy because it's got tracking in it, it's got security in it, and you know, as you can see, they've got training videos and stuff that you can do. but the help section is really good. And it's also got your webmaster tools in there, so you can register your site. So you can register your site with, on Google, which you should do. Not everyone verifies their site with Google, Bing, or anyone else. And if you verify it with places like Alexa and Yandex, you're owning your site. You're verifying that you are the owner of that site, so which reduces the risk of somebody doing what they call a copy of your site and a clone. They clone your site basically. They have this cloning tool, and if they come across a site that's doing really well, they can clone it and whack it up and pretend that it's the same site. But if you verify it with Alexa and Bing and Google Webmaster and Yandex, then it's near impossible for them to actually clone your site and then take all your readership and all your conversions and sales from your site. So I strongly suggest that it's a fantastic tool. The benefits are just phenomenal.
So do we have any more questions?
I got a bit of a quick one. Would it be easier when it comes to, if you've got a stack of different things you're running and you've branded yourself, would it just be easier on Google Plus just to have everything going to your personal page, and then that way if people are interested in one of your products they can go across and check out what else you're doing?
I wouldn't run, well, Ryan Dice does not suggest running several different offers on the one site. He suggests you break them up and run different sites.
Okay.
And keep each site running, the running speed of each site as quick as to try and get it to run as quickly as possible, load it as quickly as possible. So, yeah, that's what Ryan Dice suggests, and I mean Ryan Dice is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was more thinking like the Google Plus pages.
The Google Plus pages. Well, Google Plus isn't so much a problem. It's your web. It's our websites that are the problem. The statistics that I got that I was looking at from Google today on that site. Most people's websites run below a score of 60. A lot of them run between a score of 40 and 50, and that's really, really, really low as far as the search engines are concerned. But I couldn't see, you can have more than one Google Plus business page there, and you can run it all off of one profile.
Yeah, like I've got them all set up. I was just curious whether it'd be easier just to run them all off my RebeccaAmy.com Google page and just have everything.
It is actually easier to run all your business pages off your personal profile.
Alright. I was just thinking on what was going to be.
Profile.
Yeah, I was just thinking what was going to be easiest in the long run, like time-wise. Whether it'd be easier to have separate Google Plus pages or have one Google Plus page, which is my page, and then have everything that I'm doing off that one page.
Well, the problem with having several different Google Plus pages is then you have to verify them all.
Yeah.
And when you start having too many, it can make it difficult for the verification of Google Plus. So I just, from what I can find out, I'm going on a hangout in the morning with Google Plus. They're doing a live hangout. It starts at 5:30 in the morning. They're talking about trending topics and stuff, but we have the opportunity to ask questions about Google Plus. But from what I can find out from the help groups and from Google themselves is they prefer it if you have your authority figure personality, which is your personal profile, which is you. They prefer it if you create all your Business Plus pages off that one profile and run them all off that. It's easier for them to verify all those business pages then.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
That's the information I've found out. So, but I should know more tomorrow morning when I get off of this hangout with them.
Okay.
I posted the link. If you want to go on it, I posted the link on my Google Plus personal profile. I posted the post. I reposted it on my profile. If anyone wants to click on it and join the hangout in the morning at 5:30. If you're feeling keen.
That'll be at work.
I don't know if I'm that keen.
Cool.
But that's pretty good. No one had any questions, Robbie?
No. No. You must have covered it well, Sandra.
Yeah, I must have covered all the points well. I don't see any.
You did. It's very good. It's you know, like for me, it's like holy shit. Where do I start? But you know, it's all there. So you know, a replay of this would be good to go over. And thanks for that.
Well, it's getting
Yeah,
recorded.
Robbie.
It's being recorded, so I'll have it posted up by the weekend.
So you'll have the PowerPoint slides to go through there, Nick.
Or the video.
But,
Yeah, thank you. Brilliant.
You'll be able to watch it on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's very good. Just when I thought, oh yeah, I know a bit, you come along and tell me that I don't know anything at all. God damn it. Oh,
That
good.
was not my intention, Nick.
No, of course
Yeah.
not. No, I love the beauty of what I'm doing because, you know, like this kind of thing shows how all of us who are fairly new at this, how much growth there is in our personal being and what we're becoming. This is brilliant. I know it's not your purpose. I know you wouldn't do that.
Oh, nice picture.
You like my picture?
Yeah, it's a cool picture.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
my screensaver.
Yeah.
I see my desktop's getting a bit full. I'll have to go through and take out some stuff, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, mine's like
Reduce,
that
reduce,
too.
reduce.
Yeah.
I did
Hey.
have
See,
a
when
question,
Christine
but I
gets
forgot.
through this... Yep, go.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh no, I did, but I forgot. So can I post it to you later when I remember?
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
What's the center?
Yeah, it was a good one, but it was a really, really good one, but I completely forgot. So I'll send it to you later when I kind of remember it. I'm trying to brainstorm it now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Christine, I was saying you should really, get into that course that you bought and
I know.
apply everything that he says to apply, because you will notice a remarkable difference.
Yeah, I haven't started blogging yet, so I've just been so busy with my marketing, my ebook and stuff, and tweaking my sites. Actually, like you guys know, I launched my ebook, my website.
Yep.
I did some solo ads. Our first solo ads I did, it cost me $40 for 100 clicks. I sold an ebook on my first solo ad. So it wasn't too bad. Then after the second solo ad, I bought 200 clicks, no sales, but got opt-ins, got the leads. Then after that, the third solo ad, I bought 250 clicks. I got $72 worth of sales, and it's only 27% opt-in, but it was really good solo ad. I was only out of pocket for about like $20. And then I did another solo ads the other day, got about 48% opt-in, which is a T1 only, 90% T1.
Yep.
Which is T1 country, like English-speaking country only, like the top 5 countries. That one, I got one sale, but yeah, good opt-in rates. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting. So yeah, I just need to tweak it. I still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, so you've been keeping data, like you've been keeping all your stats
Yeah.
and your data and your tracking and writing stuff down and stuff so you can go over it, because that's how
Yeah.
you learn.
Yep.
Have you considered, do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah, I have. I stopped using it for a while.
Why don't you jump onto your Twitter account, go into your back dashboard, and have a look at advertising on Twitter?
Yeah, I
It will
will
be
actually.
cheaper than solo ads. You can target market, so you can pick the target of people that you feel would benefit and would be looking for your ebook, and you
Yep.
actually may make a little bit of a profit out of that one.
Yeah, actually I will, because once I heard you said that you're getting actually cheaper advertising costs in Twitter, actually I'll look into that this week. Yeah, that's really good. I mean, back then when I was doing Facebook advertising, sponsor ads, I was actually doing really well as well, but I didn't have much of a budget back then. And I don't know if you remember, I was getting like 5 to 10 leads a day, but it was only costing me like 10 cents or less a click. But I haven't tested again on Facebook, because I haven't actually made a website for like list building. I don't want to put it on my main website. Like my main Facebook page is only to drive traffic to my blog site, which is christinechow.com.au. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to promote
that's all I
too much. Yeah.
That's all I'm using my Facebook fan page for now as well, is to just drive traffic to my Google Plus page.
Yeah.
Because I've got 6,000
Just
followers on my fan page. So yeah, I'm just driving people from my Facebook fan page over to my Google Plus business page to build the followers there. So
Have you used Pinterest?
yeah, I use Pinterest as well, but I haven't built a business page on Pinterest. I have a business page for Downunder Marketing on Pinterest that I quite frequently go into and post different things on there, and you know, then I go around and comment, like, and share, and I've been doing some interaction with that. So we've got a few followers, you know, coming onto that and stuff. So, but as for I just have a personal profile on Pinterest, and yeah, I'm quite popular on Pinterest.
Pinterest is really responsive. I was surprised. I was pinging
You
stuff
can
and
do
people
paid
just
advertising
reping.
on Pinterest now. Yeah, you
Oh,
can
really?
do paid advertising on Pinterest now too. Yeah, it's only been out
Wow.
for about a week, but I'm pretty sure if you go to Ryan Dyson's blog, because what Derek Halpin is his social triggers.
Yep.
Then Ryan Dyson's digital marketer. If you go to digital marketer, I'm pretty sure Ryan Dyson did a blog about the advertising on Pinterest about a week ago.
Okay.
And he explains it in there quite well. So, yeah, I'd have a look at that if I was you.
Okay, cool.
A lot of people don't use Pinterest properly. And if
Yeah,
you don't
I know.
quite understand Pinterest, there's this young kid out there. He is, look, honestly, he is a blast. I love him. He's called the
what's his
Lazy
name?
Ass Stoner. That's what he goes by. Lazy Ass Stoner. He's on YouTube. You go into YouTube, type in Lazy Ass Stoner, and his site will come up, and he has all these different videos on there, all these little hints and
Okay.
tips, and he's got one on there on Pinterest. He's also got a video that'll explain to you guys how to verify your site, so when your listings show up in Google, when people are doing a search for a blog post or a website or whatever, your particular picture shows up beside it as a verified site. Because you would have noticed it when you do a search on Google. Some people have pictures beside, you know, their name, and you're thinking, how the hell did they do that? Well, this is how they do it with this plugin.
Oops.
and going into the data tracker, structured data tracker website and doing that, the structured data testing tool, and setting up their G+ with their website. And yeah, and that way when people do a search and your blog comes up in the search, you know, you'll have your picture next to your blog post, which will, I personally feel, which will be more enticing for people to actually click on your listing rather than somebody else's listing. And I think it'll actually help you more if you've got your picture, like I showed you there. If you've got your picture, I think that'll help a lot more, especially if you're like, you know, 4th or 5th or 6th down the queue on the page 1. Say that you go to page 1, you're like number 6, but the other 5 above you don't have a picture next to their site, and you've got a picture on your site. I'd be more inclined to click on that person's site because I can see their picture.
Yeah, okay.
And so when you look at it from a customer's perspective, I mean, you think about it from somebody browsing the internet, how much more comfortable would you feel if you went to say you typed in, you know, a keyword and it brought you to page 1 in Google, and, you know, that there were 8 listings above with no pictures next to their site, and, you know, at number 9, there I am with my picture. Would you be more inclined to click on mine than the others?
Yep. Yeah. Of course.
You'd feel more comfortable because you can see the picture of the person, can't you?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I've still got a lot of things to do.
Donor.
I'm going to, look at that. That's pretty cool, his website.
Yeah, his website's pretty cool. He's got all his videos and stuff on his website as well, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the videos
And he's on Google Plus as well. He's got a lot of followers on Google Plus. I follow him on Google Plus, so yeah. I linked up with him not long ago, and we've been chatting via email, and I'm talking to him about doing a joint venture a little while, you know, leading into Christmas with my site and his site, doing a joint venture, melding the two together, run a bit of a promotion campaign.
Okay. Cool. I like his site. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really like
too.
It's out there.
Yeah, and he's a smart kid too.
Oh, my sisters probably will like this actually.
We'll share his site around. He won't mind.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if nobody's got any more questions, Robbie, we could probably call it a wrap.
Exactly.
I don't think anyone's got any questions anymore today. If they do, post it on Facebook.